Hello and welcome to Inspirational Thursdays with your host, Dr. Tan. And listen, I just want to say, I hope y'all are having a great day today. It's been kind of hot outside, but listen, we got a life coach and we got a personal coach that's on here is going to tell us how to stay physically fit. And they're also going to tell us how to be fit in our faith. So listen, let me introduce to you our panelists for tonight. They are pastors. They are husband and wife. They are life coach, certified master personal coach. I mean, you name it, they got it. And so, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to let them talk to us tonight about faith and fitness. So, I want to introduce to you Pastors Jonathan and Anita Parker. Thank you for coming on to the show tonight. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you so much for having us. Yes, we are doing wonderful.
Well, listen, I'm not going to prolong it. Anything you want to say before y'all get started, I'm gonna let you have it. Listen, you guys, I want to tell you this. I've talked to them a little bit before we came on, and they are a phenomenal couple. They're doing mighty things in the kingdom, and so I am just enthused about what they're going to talk about tonight when it comes to faith and fitness. All right, the Parkers, I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all have it.
I'll let my wife start.
Thank you so much, first off, Dr. Tan, for having us. We are so excited to be able to share on your platform.
Sure.
So thank you first for having us. We want to thank everybody who is joining tonight. Listen, as you come on, please make sure you share with your friend group. Yeah. Share on your social media to let everybody know that we are on. We want to hear some feedback from you guys, and we want to give you guys a little bit of information. Sure. So as you come on, if you would, please share. Let everybody know that we are on, and we are talking about faith and fitness with Dr. Tan today. So we have decided tonight that one of the things that we need to focus on is being fit for our assignments. Yes. One of the things that I think we forget about when we're doing, whether it's ministry or business, is that being fit involves more than exercise. You have to exercise your faith just as much as you have to exercise your body. And if you are not in complete, like tip-top shape, you do a disservice to those who are connected to you because you are not in a space to fully be at optimum capacity. You won't operate as you would if you were in tip-top condition.
I want to add something right there.
Go ahead.
So we're talking about fit for an assignment. So in this assignment, and because I am a personal coach and life coach, as she announced, we look at the word fit or fitness, but do we really look at what it means? So our trusted friend Google, and I want to give you the definition. The definition of fitness, and it says the condition of being, and just in that phrase alone struck me. So let me finish it. The definition of fitness: the condition of being physically fit and healthy. So let's go a little deeper in that. The word condition. Condition means the state of something with regard to its appearance, quality, or working order. And we can marry that into the faith community because naturally, we want to look great. We want the greatest appearance. We want to have the best car, the best clothing, and that's great. But then what about our faith? Are we concerned about the condition of our faith? Do we want our faith to be fit? Wife?
Yes, I have a definition of fit too. We were thinking along the same lines. What I read was that to be fit means to be suitable or appropriate for something. It means that you have done the necessary work to be deemed employable for a job or an assignment. So that means that when we're fit, we have shown ourselves to God that we're ready for whatever it is that He has for us to take on. We've let Him know that we're serious about this thing. Yeah. And we want to see it in its totality and to see Him get the glory. Yes. That's the thing. We don't want the glory for ourselves. When we're doing it, we want them to see the God in us, not just us. We just want to be the vessels that He uses. Yes. But in order for us to really get or allow him to get the benefit of what we're doing. We have to make sure that we are in excellent shape.
And because we're working to get fit, when we're fit, then we can move into we're in wellness. So here's what the definition of wellness is: the state of being in good health, especially as an actively pursued goal. So it's like a process. We want to start the process of getting fit because our ultimate goal is to be well. You know, you can go out, for an example, and you can buy a nice automobile, and on the surface, it looks amazing. But if you start to drive it and you're having problems under the hood, uh, that vehicle is not well. It looks great on the surface, but
Right.
you have some internal problems. So we marry that in the physical realm. We want to look great on the outer appearance. We as guys, we want the biceps.
Right.
Ladies, we want to destroy all the fat in those areas that, and you know what I'm talking about, ladies. But oftentimes a question is asked to me, how can I get rid of this or this or this? And as a lover of people and to see people do great and great things, I stop them. I say, hey, before we start on the outer appearance, let's start under the hood, meaning let's start internally. Let's clean you out. Let's clean all that junk out from the inside out. The outer part is easy to fix.
Mhm.
It's that mental part here and inside the gut that presents the challenge. So I have like a few rules inside my facility. And every client that may be on tonight or anyone that knows me, I have some words. They're not really safe words. They're more like, I call them taxing words. So
I have used a few.
You have used it, right?
I did not do well.
So inside the facility, you know, my thing is I allow everyone to be free. There's no judgment here whatsoever. But my clients have learned, because they're with me and they've been with me and we have a relationship, they're not allowed to say some words that will trigger my even more excitement. So if they're doing an exercise and they say, oh my God, that's hard, they're not allowed to say the word hard. They're not allowed to say the word harder or hardest or the phrase I can't or I quit. Here's the reason why. If I allow them to say those words, if those words are seeds,
Yeah.
and if I give them the pleasure of saying, oh, that was hard, they have a tendency to back up from it and not pursue it. So I say, use the word challenging. Well, it's the same thing. Not really. Because the thing is, if it challenges you and you take that challenge on, you're more likely, even if it beats you, it didn't defeat you unless you allow it to.
Right.
So the thing is, I tell them, use the word challenging. Therefore, okay, you won the battle, but you didn't win the war. That gives you opportunity to step back, regroup, and go at it again. And then once they complete that exercise that they said was hard, I just step back and smile and I say, now, what was hard about that?
You know what I thought about?
What?
When we have a challenge, most of the time, a challenge makes you feel like, oh, I'm about to kill this.
Yeah.
So when you present it as a challenge,
Sure,
rather than saying it's hard, it makes you want to do it and defeat it rather than to have it
it
defeat
should
you.
fire up that inner
Yes.
competitive in you, that competitor in you.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that is very true. You know what I thought about when we're talking about being fit for your assignment?
Yeah.
There are two things that I know for sure that we know about God, and that is that he is infinitely wise.
Yes.
And he is very intentional.
Yes.
And when we have those realizations, it brings us to the conclusion that he doesn't create anything haphazardly.
Right.
I don't think he just sits around and just says, oh, maybe we should just have a giraffe. I know there's some reason why he felt like we needed one.
Sure.
Now, I'm still trying to figure out what it was about mosquitoes that he thought we needed. I have not figured that one out yet.
Or spiders.
Or spiders, but I'm sure there is some reason that we need them around.
Sure.
But mosquitoes are the worst. I hate them. I am allergic to them. So that is why I use them as an example. I don't know what their job is, but I'm sure he had a reason.
Outside of spiders scaring me, I don't know what their reason is either.
But anyway, while I'm still racking my brain trying to figure that one out about the mosquitoes, I do understand that there is a plan and a purpose that God has for each of us.
Absolutely. I want to
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I want to add this as well. And I'm going back to in my gym, but I marry this. Oftentimes, a lot of my clients, they'll come and say, "You're my fitness coach," or they'll say, "You're my fitness pastor." And I'm like, I just want to help you. But they tell me, I give them words of encouragement, even when what I present to them is challenging. And 3 words that I have in bold print and bold lettering inside the gym are believe, pursue, and succeed. So, because when it becomes challenging to them, rather than to buy into a situation, I want you to believe in it. When you buy something, you have the pleasure or the opportunity to return it. But if you believe in it, it becomes a part of you. And we can marry that with our faith. If we know that our faith, we're going to do everything in the faith, and we're going to continue to grow that faith. We won't waver on whatever it is that is presented in front of us. So therefore, not only are we preparing our physical body, but we're preparing our spiritual mind, our spiritual body to build it up. So once you believe in it and you believe in something, you're going to actively pursue that thing, because I've taken the word hard, or those phrases, those negative phrases, and I've gotten you pumped up. It's like, man, okay, I can do it.
Right.
You will pursue that thing at all costs. And even when the obstacles come or the trainer adds more reps, I'm guilty. You won't back away from it. And then when they're at the point that they think they're about to break, I'll have them to look at the word succeed. And it's not a baby. It's not an almost. The word is succeed. So once they've made it to that third phase, then I make them look and say, hey, word in yellow, because believe is in yellow, bright colors, believe. And I have them to repeat it. Therefore, it's becoming a part of them instead of they can buy it and return it.
You know what I thought about as you were talking?
What's that?
We have a coach also outside of you, and our master coach, that's what we're going to call God right now. Our master coach has a habit of sometimes putting some things on us that we feel like we can't bear. Absolutely. It is in those times that we have to make sure that our faith in him is intact too. Mm-hmm. We can't do anything if we don't have faith. You can have motivation about something, sure, but motivation fades.
Absolutely.
Now, faith can fade also, but if you feed that faith,
absolutely,
it's never going to fade on you. You're going to always keep wanting to pursue the things of God because you know you've got that faith and you know that your master coach is backing you. So as long as you've got him in your corner.
That's good. And here's the thing, from a health and fitness professional, you talk about feeding. What you feed and what you, so if I have faith, and it's in the scripture, faith of a mustard seed, right? But if I want my faith to grow healthy, what am I feeding my faith?
Right.
It's the same way with the body. If I want my body to operate better than it was, I got to feed it the right things.
Right.
So now faith, let me feed my faith with positive affirmation. Let me feed my faith with those people that are going to push me, even though I don't want to be pushed.
Right.
Therefore, all the negativity, because you're so engulfed with positive and nutritional words, you don't have time to ingest and digest negativity.
Right. You are absolutely right. And we have to make sure, and that's one of the points that I have on down, but I'll go ahead and hit it a little bit now. We have to make sure when we work out, one of the things that I learned early was you have to make sure that you consume what is going to get you through the workout.
Yes. Yes.
If you're not consuming food that will get you through the workout, you will end up throwing up. Ask me how I know. But what else I know is that when you're in a spiritual journey or a spiritual fight, you have to make sure that you guard your gates and that you feed yourself what is going to get you through that attack or what is going to get you through that trying time. And if you don't do that, it's going to be very hard for you to continue. So in the natural and in the spiritual, we have to make sure we're consuming what's going to get us through that hard place.
Girl, you sound like a pastor.
Somebody said I was.
You got any opens for life coaching?
I do.
Okay, good. But guys, getting back into the natural, I want to give you some natural benefits from a health and fitness standpoint of why it's important to be fit, because you're on that goal to being well. Fit is great. I think fit is a catalyst to get you to being well, right? So, some of the benefits of being fitness and being fit. It controls your weight. I get a lot of questions from people, hey, how can I get rid of this? And here's the thing, even it goes into the spiritual aspect as well. I'm one of those, I love what I do.
He loves it too much.
I love what I do. So I eat, breathe, and study fitness because I crave the next thing that either God allows me to create to help somebody or it comes across my screen, hey, I can use this. But people come and they'll say, how can I lose 30 pounds in 12 days or something like this? Well, I tell them, number one, that's challenging.
Absolutely.
It's challenging. But guys, natural exercise controls the weight. And we can do it on both ends of the spectrum. If our faith isn't becoming healthy, what will weight us down? What kind of weight will that be? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Number two, being fit helps combat health conditions and diseases such as stroke, high blood pressure, or as I think I heard the old people say, sugar, depression, type 2 diabetes, so many things. It improves your mood. Have you ever thought about this? Why am I so angry all the time? Why am I grumpy all the time? Mm-hmm. It could be that you're not fit, so therefore you don't know what wellness is.
Right.
Naturally or spiritually.
You're right.
What you think about their wife?
You are absolutely right. One of the things that I thought about is how we're wired for our brains to control our bodies and our bodies to control our brains. So if your mind is telling you, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything, more than likely, you're not going to work out. You're not going to do anything. But it could be that you are mentally tired and not physically tired. But to your body, tired is tired.
Yes.
It doesn't understand which one it is. It just knows that something is out of whack. Something is not exactly right.
And your energy is low.
It's low. But it will make your body feel like there's something else going on with it that's really not going on. It's just the communication that you're getting from your brain telling you that you're tired. So you have to be sure of which tired you really are, first of all, because you address them differently.
That's good.
If you're mentally tired, of course, physical exercise will help. But there are also some other things that you might have to do to make sure that you fix here and then you fix here. One of the things that I thought about, I am one of those people that likes watching like reality type TV shows, and I look at my 600-pound life. Mm-hmm. One of the things that Dr. Now has them to do is to go and see a psychologist or a therapist or something. Because if your mind is not along that journey, your body is not going to go.
That's true.
You can have the surgery all day long.
And even if your body, if everything is, your body decides, I'll go with you to a point, it's only going to follow your mentality.
It is.
So if you're constantly encouraged and you have those positive people, the body will say, okay, I'm going to go with you. But if you start that race and your mind says, I'm done, the body said, okay, if you're done, I'm done.
Right.
So everything is checked out. So here's the thing. We're talking about being fit for the assignment. When you talked about the master coach. Well, the master coach told us in John 3, 3 John 1 and 2. And I got this in the NLV translation, and he made it personal. He said, dear friend, I hope all is well with you and that you are as healthy in body as you are strong in spirit. So for those people that say, I don't have to work out, I don't, what God just said, he wants you to be well in body and spirit. Now ask yourself, if he wants us to be, if he didn't want our bodies to be healthy, why did he put it in there? He should have just put in spirit.
He also said that our bodies are temples.
Absolutely.
Temples are not shacks. You take care of temples in a totally different fashion than you do some little lean-to building or something.
Absolutely.
When you have a temple, it has the very best things in it. It's built with the very best materials.
The fine gold.
Yes, temples you take care of.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that you see your body as a temple.
And temples are often guarded.
Yes, they are.
And they're not guarded by people that's not capable.
Yeah. And they're guarded because they're valuable.
Yes.
You don't have to guard anything that has no value. You don't care if somebody takes it.
Absolutely.
That's true.
God made us temples, so that means he saw something great in us. I mean, in the beginning, he said everything that he created was good.
Absolutely.
So whoever you are, he said that you're good. He wants you to prosper.
Yes.
He wants you to be good in spirit. He wants you to be good in health. These are all things that he wants to see for us.
Yes.
Which means this is what we should be. It's in the plan of what we should do. And I think that he put it in there that way because he knew that if we had those things worked out, that meant that whatever assignment that he gave us, we were going to go and kill it if we had both of those things together. If we're fit on both sides, if we're fit spiritually and physically, there is nothing that can stop us from getting his word out, from doing his will, any of that, if we've got those two things going on.
And even when the assignment presents challenges, because it will, he told us, I want your body to be healthy and your mind healthy, because challenges are going to come in this assignment. He didn't say you won't fail the assignment. That's why he gave it to us.
Right.
But he said, prepare. I think he, if I'm sitting there and I'm talking to God and, me and Jesus, he gonna say, Jonathan, I need you to go get healthy.
Yeah.
I need you to go get fit. I need you to get well because I have a big assignment for you. Why would he give me such a big assignment if I'm unhealthy?
You're exactly right.
If I'm unhealthy, it would be tough for me to even start the assignment, yet alone get in the middle.
You definitely wouldn't be able to do it in your own strength.
Absolutely not.
That is for sure. It reminds me of the thorn. You can do it, but with his help.
Yes.
There's only so much that you can do on your own without his help. And that's why another reason why I think we should marry spirituality with fitness. Because in yourself, you can do it.
Sure.
But in him, you can do all things. So if you have him being that battery for you, what is it that you think you can accomplish?
Sure. Because here's the thing. Here is the help. It's like, okay, God, where's my help? Life coach. If I get my mentality together, then I can go see Jonathan for the physical aspect.
Right.
Oh, God, I don't have any help. Life coach, physical fitness. No, but I don't even know anybody. Life coach, fitness trainer. So there is help out there. And I'm not just saying that for us, but if you know a fitness trainer or you have access to get to a gym, that's your help. If you know someone that you trust, and you got to be able to trust them to help you and to hold what the conversation talks about. So because my wife is a life coach and I don't ask her anything about that. But I'm probably her number one client because I'll be like, babe, we need to have a session. But, my thing is I respect her gift because I need to make sure I'm well for my assignment as well as my clients.
Right.
For everyone, some more natural things that being fit helps. It promotes better sleep.
Yes.
You could be tired because and I know a lot of people have office jobs and you can't move, but when you get off work, if it's not late, if it's late, you can't go outside and walk, you can pop on a YouTube video and you can just do what you know how to do. Just get that body moving, make it tired from physical exertion. And that will also ease the tension mentality, the mental part of it too.
Yes.
Because if Harold got on your nerves at work, when air punch something, picture Harold's face in front of you and just get tired punching Harold's face. Hit him in the spirit. Don't hit him naturally.
Don't hit him for real. We don't have bail money if you hit him for real.
But no, and then being physically fit, it also helps promote social interaction. Because if I have a certain look, then someone else is going to ask, hey, how did you do that? Mm-hmm. And that just may pull that you may just open up another can of help that they need. It started out with, man, you look great. Sis, you look great. How do you do that? Well, first I had to get my mind right.
Right.
I had to go see a therapist or a life coach.
I was going to hit on that also because most of the time we think that God is our only help. I said earlier that God is infinitely wise.
Yes.
God gave wisdom to people here in the name of doctors and therapists and pharmaceutical companies who have made medicine. There are other ways.
Sure.
There are some things that, as great as prayer is, we can't just pray it away.
Sure.
There are some things that we have to go see somebody about.
Yes.
We have to go sit on somebody's couch. We have to take someone's medication. Mm-hmm. I mean, I am not saying God cannot deliver you. Please hear me. Mm-hmm. I believe he can do everything.
Absolutely.
But there are some things that we have to take some initiative on and start the process ourselves. He's always going to be there to deliver us.
Sure.
But some things are medical and they're not spiritual.
Sure.
And we need that medical aspect of it to make sure that we are completely healed and whole. We do things differently when we're whole.
Yes.
You hear differently when you're whole. You see differently when you're whole.
Yes.
Makes a difference on whether or not you're balanced on both sides.
Absolutely. For one other thing that being fit actually does, and for those who are married, it helps you to become more intimate and feel better with your partner. Believe it or not, I've had a lot of male clients who felt less than, and because they felt like they were not in great physical shape for their spouse. So that forced me to be a life coach and a fitness coach at the same time, because I had to speak words of encouragement and positivity into them. Hey, she likes you, she loves you, da-da-da. We just removed some of the weight, da-da-da, you'll feel better. Quick story, a few years ago, they're not old. They're around our age, maybe a little older. Couple, they was working out with me, training, and I got a phone call one night, well after hours, and he was like, Jonathan, are you sitting down? I said, yeah, I'm at home. His next phrase blew me, and I'm like, what? He said, we're pregnant. I said, no, sir, we're not. I said, I'm sorry. I said, is this a joke? He was like, oh, I'm sorry. He said, I don't know what you did, but my wife is pregnant. And I said, well, man, are you sure? So I had him to go through the test and go to the doctor. And sure enough, she was pregnant. Unfortunately, something happened with the baby, and they thought they were beyond the years of getting pregnant. Mm-hmm. But I told them starting out, I said, guys, eating right and becoming physically fit will open up a whole new world that you thought you lost. Mm-hmm. And they're not the only couple. There was a lady who she wanted to always have a child, and she could never have a child. And I said, number one, I believe your words are powerful.
Yes, they are.
And I told her, I said, if you start this physical journey and you start eating right and you lay down all the smoking and drinking, I told her, you will have a child. Well, lo and behold, she didn't have a child. She had 3.
Oh, wow.
But she was over the moon because she said it really worked. Mm-hmm. So being fit, not only it's good for anything else, but if it's great in so many areas. But like I said, it's your jump start to becoming well.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. One of the things that I thought about when we were talking about fitness, I said that it included more than just the physicality of the thing. I think that when we're embarking on a fitness journey, whether it's fitness of the mind or fitness of the body, we need to incorporate what I call the 3 F's. The 3 F's are faith, focus, and follow through.
Yeah.
Faith, focus, and follow through. With faith, we have to believe that we can achieve what we are preparing for. Additionally, we have to have faith in ourselves. And we have to have faith in God.
Yes.
If we have a trainer, we have to have faith in them. We need faith all the way around to make sure that we do what we need to do with that journey. Otherwise, we will mishandle what we have going on.
Sure.
We need to have focus. We have to make sure we're fixated on that goal. Like I said earlier, you won't always be motivated to do it.
Right.
You won't always have the energy to do it. You won't always have that circle of people around you who says, go, you can do it.
Sure.
They waver. People waver. So you have to have something else. You have to have your eyes fixed on the prize to where regardless of what else goes on, you'll still pursue that goal that's in front of you.
Absolutely.
In the follow through, you have to stay committed to the task at hand, even when you don't want to.
Yes.
Even when you don't feel like it. If you wake up one day, whether it's physical or spiritual, you wake up and you say, I don't want to do this today. You have to have that commitment and that dedication to say, even though I don't feel like it, I know what's going to happen on the other side of this. And it's going to mean that I'm healed and I'm whole. So I need to do this work, even though I don't feel it. I don't want to do it. My trainer makes me sick. Because I have said it and I live with the trainer. My trainer makes me sick. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it today. You still have to have that follow through and be so committed that even on the days that you don't want to do it, you'll still do it.
Yeah.
For that assignment that you have.
Absolutely. And I just feel like when you hit those moments, because transparent moment, some days I don't want to come to the gym.
Right.
And I love this. Some days I don't want to work out.
Right.
But I love this. But my follow through is knowing that I have people depending on me.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the biggest things. When you know you got someone depending on you, you'll pick yourself up by the bootstrap and say, you know what? Even though I don't feel like it, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it because I have someone depending on me, whether it's your children, your spouse, your church, your responsibilities, the kids in your classroom.
But you know what? Even with your kingdom assignment, there are people assigned to you that you don't even know.
Sure.
Some of them you have not met yet.
Absolutely.
But you still have to be in great shape enough to where you can keep doing it for them.
They follow you in silence,
yes.
But you make loud noise in their life.
Yes. Yes.
You'll probably never meet them, and sometimes you will, but they follow you in silence, but you're making a loud noise in their life.
And sometimes you're the only God that they see.
Sure.
Not everybody is a church. Not everybody is a believer.
Right.
We're basically targeting believers with this, but I want you to also understand that even if you're not, it doesn't mean that one of us can't help you. Sure. Or someone else who has a faith-based operation. Absolutely. They can still help you. We don't have to let our beliefs divide what we do.
Right.
I like that.
That's really good. I always thought about just looking at different pastors throughout, whether in person or on TV, and because I am a trainer, I probably shouldn't, but I dissect people, and man, pastors have a challenging job already. Mm-hmm. Some of them may have to go 2, 3, 4 services, and I know they get tired.
And
stressed.
Because that is a stressful job to be a senior pastor. We are associate pastors. Sure. It's a little different for us.
Sure.
But for those senior pastors who are responsible for so many souls, you can be stressed out and begin to stress eat.
Yeah.
Which is going to affect your health. There, I mean, it can affect you in so many ways that you have to make sure,
absolutely,
especially in that office, that you're taking care of everything.
Yeah, and just take that, to all leaders, take that personal time. I'm inviting you to be selfish for 30 minutes, and take that personal time and find your a local gym or trainer or therapist or life coach and say, hey, I'm great on this platform, but I want to stay healthy for my assignment. And I think so many people probably quit prematurely because they're tired.
And if we're going to be the hands and feet of
Sure.
Jesus, we need to be fit hands and feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can't do his will in the earth if we're not.
Absolutely.
And we do him his service at the end of the day. We are not our best selves. If we are not operating in the highest capacity that we can, in a way, it's almost like we're slapping him in the face. He created this good thing. He called us temples. All of this, our bodies are temples, but then we treat it any kind of way.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's a slap in the face to him that you don't care anymore about what he created and what he gave you.
He called it good.
He did. That you won't take care of.
He called it good.
He did.
But then we're treating it like it's bad.
Exactly.
The master coach said, Anita, you're good.
Right.
Jonathan, you're good. Dr. Tan, you're good. But we treat it subpar or like a kid who got 30 toys in front of them and it's like, okay, I don't want this one.
They play with the box.
Yeah, they play with the box or the wrapper.
Yes.
So yeah, man, I totally agree. Anything that you can do to start your journey to being well for your assignment, you got to keep that in front of you. How big is my assignment? And when you say, oh, it's this big, it's bigger than that. I tell a lot of my clients, and I use practical things. When they say, man, I think I'm getting better, I'm getting stronger, I'll tell them, listen, use this like a car. I say, which one is bigger, the rear view mirror or the glass? I said, the rear view mirror is to help you to get a glance of what was. The glass is in front of you on purpose. It paints a bigger picture on where you're headed. And I said, yeah, you get better. I said, take time. I tell them, take time. Glance in that rearview mirror. Don't stare, because if you're staring in the rearview mirror driving down the street, you're going to crash.
And you're not paying attention to what's ahead of
Absolutely not. So I promote them. Glance at where you were, but stay focused on where you're going.
Use it as a measuring tool, not a destination.
Absolutely.
You look behind you only to see how far you come, but you look ahead of you to all the wonderful things that God has for you, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, I came up with a workout regimen.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
But you're going to see that it's going to fit spiritual fitness and physical fitness. You ready for it? No, you don't have to do it. It's easy. I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay. This is what we got. Now, think about if you are going to start a workout regimen, a physical regimen.
I'm excited.
The first thing you want to do is dress appropriately.
Okay.
If you are a runner, if you're a runner, or if you're just working out, you don't want to dress in heavy clothing. For maximum results, they take off anything that slows them down unless you're doing resistance training, but we're not talking about that right now. Now, Hebrews 12:1 says that we should lay aside every weight that besets us.
I like it.
Now, there's other versions that say things like that slows us down or that hinders us. But weight does not only refer to pounds. Weight can be burdens. Weight can be emotions.
Yes.
Weight can be anything that is heavy and cumbersome that impedes a runner from running a race as he or she should. Weight can be your mindset. We always hear people say, change your mind, change your life. That's the next thing that we need to do is stretch. What are we stretching? we are stretching our faith. We have to have faith going in, and we have to maintain that same faith throughout the whole exercise process.
Yeah.
So that it's very necessary for us to accomplish that task. Now, my apostle says something, it was years ago, but I love it. She said, faith is believing and acting on in advance what only makes sense in reverse. I love it.
I want to add something to stretch. If you don't stretch, you're not making room for more.
Absolutely.
You're not making room for greater.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
thing is, when people come in the gym and I say, okay, before we do anything, let's stretch. Because my mentality is, let's make room for more.
And shout out Apostle Rhonda Pettigrew. I just wanted to let y'all know who my apostle was, and Apostle Danny. Hey, y'all. Now, Philippians 1:6 says, being confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to the completion of the day of Jesus Christ. That means whatever he starts in you, he will complete it. You just need to keep that faith and keep going.
And I want to add something. Jeremiah 33:6. Nevertheless, I will bring health and healing to it. I will heal my people and will let them enjoy abundant peace and security.
That's good. Okay, now we've got our clothes on. We've stretched. The next thing we're going to do is walk with God. Now, we know that naturally when we walk with somebody, you know how you meet up in the afternoons to go walking with your friends? When you're walking, you all walk together, right? You're walking in tandem. You're walking right in sync. Now, Amos 3:3 asks, how can two walk together unless they are agreed?
Absolutely.
That's it.
Now, in the NLT version, it asks, can two walk together without agreeing on a direction? Now, if your direction is the will of God, meaning your purpose or your assignment that he has for you, you can't walk with anybody but him. He's the one that gave you that assignment. So how can somebody else tell you where you need to go and what you need to do, and they don't have an assignment?
So you mean to tell me, so are you saying that I need to find someone that can stay with me, or I need to find somebody that's going to walk ahead of me, even though we're together? If they're walking in front of me, are we together?
You are, but you're not. You're not in sync. What I'm saying is you need to be in sync with God.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you're going to complete this kingdom assignment, you've got to be in sync with the one who gave you the assignment. Why would a supervisor from, let's say, the emergency room try and tell the supervisor from the tire company what they need to do? It makes no sense, right? I need to go to the one who gave me that assignment. And then I'm going to know exactly what I need to do. Now, the next thing we need to do is watch our diet. We touched on this a little bit earlier. What you consume comes out. The Bible tells us that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Now, we always use this common cliche of you should follow your heart. But if you don't guard what that heart is, it could make you move wrong.
Absolutely.
Following your heart and not having God in your heart can make you go left when you should have gone right.
And let me add on that. You talk about diet. If we don't properly diet, what we consume won't come out. So that will make us naturally constipated. And now we're full of weight.
Absolutely, you're right. Now, what you experience and believe positively or negatively takes root in your heart, which causes you to move based on that information. So what you feed yourself, like we said earlier, has to be that thing that can hold you throughout the process. Now, we got all that done. We need to stay hydrated. Now, I am still in the vein of personal work, right? Okay. So now we need to stay hydrated. If you remember, God and his word are referred to as the living water.
Yes.
Now in John 4, Jesus says, whoever drank from the natural well would thirst again. But the one who drank from the water that he supplied will never thirst again. If you stay in your word, if you stay in relationship with God, that's more than just going to church. That's more than just Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you stay hydrated, there's no way that you'll ever be thirsty.
And you can go if you stay in covenant.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
with the relationship, if I don't like it at some point, I'll tend to cut ties with it. But if I'm in covenant, I'm in regardless of how I feel about you on any certain day. We're covenant. So I gotta stay hydrated with my covenant.
And I thought when you're dehydrated, think about all the things that it does to your body. Now think about what that dehydration spiritually do. When you're naturally dehydrated, you get tired.
Things wither up.
Exactly. Things wither up. If you're withered, how much work can you really do? How effective can you really be?
Cramps when you're not. Yeah.
Absolutely. You are right. Okay, we've done all of that and answered everything.
We've had a good session.
We have had a good session. We prepared sufficiently.
What do we need to do?
We need to rest.
Yeah.
Like rest is a bad word. I say we because I have had that same mentality. Especially after the car accident that I had last year, I really had to reevaluate what rest was.
Yeah.
I had gotten so used to going that going was my norm. So just sitting still was making me feel guilty because I felt like I wasn't accomplishing anything. But God reminded me that while you're sitting still, I'm healing you. So you don't feel like you're physically accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
But I am accomplishing something in you while you're still.
Yes.
I'm here to be healed, to make you whole so that you can go do what I've called you to do.
Right.
Now, rest is not a bad word. Genesis 2:2 says on the Sabbath day God rested,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
If God requires rest, why do we think we don't? That's one thing that I've never, it's in the word. If he required rest, then why do we think? And it's not just physical. You know, one of the things I thought about as I was getting ready for this is we have a habit of telling people when they say they're having a hard time, oh, just keep pushing. Oh, just keep going. Yeah. I said that to somebody last week and God quickly kind of got me together and he said, there are some times that I need you to stop.
Yeah.
If you keep telling somebody, you know, keep pushing, keep going, you're making them feel like that if they have to stop and take a rest break, that's wrong. And it's not wrong.
Absolutely.
It's totally fine if you have to stop for a minute and say, wait, I need a minute. I need to gather myself. I need to pull myself back together. You can keep running and run out.
I want to add a natural to that. In the health and fitness world, so many people feel like they got to work out 7 days a week.
Yes.
When it clearly resting is a part of it.
It is.
Because you said it best. If you don't rest, how can you recover?
Right.
And I told a few people this. They were like, I work out, do this, I do this, I do this. I said, so when do you rest? Well, what do you mean? I said, you've torn down all the natural ligaments and things. How can they get stronger if you don't rest? So resting is required to rest for recovery. Recovery allows you to get stronger.
Yes.
So resting is not a bad thing.
And if you went too hard, then you take that time to whatever it is that you said, whatever you tore down, that rest is going to give you that time to get back.
Because here's the thing, without resting, you can keep going and keep going and keep going until injury happens. And now you're forced to rest when you should be working. So when the body is like a stoplight, when the yellow light comes, that's caution, slow down, because resting or stopping is next. So how many times have we missed it when the body has been flashing yellow, it's time to rest, but we press the gas and get through the light?
You know what I think about?
What's that?
Burnout.
There you go.
We have mental burnout, spiritual burnout. I mean, we don't realize you keep going and going and going, and you don't realize that you never stop to take a break. You didn't stop to take, you didn't stop to get water. You didn't stop to eat.
Right.
You've just been going, going, going. And when you finally run out of gas, it's not as easy to shake back if you don't stop along the way and get that rest so that you can recover.
Now, here's the thing. We're saying rest, not stop.
Yes.
That's why they have rest stops.
Yes.
Along.
Yes.
There's not time for you to spend the night just to get some rest and to recover.
Yeah. Start back
on your journey or your assignment.
Yes. Absolutely right.
It didn't say good night stop. It said rest stop.
Yeah.
And it even gives you clues. Rest stop 3 miles ahead. Rest stop 20 miles ahead. It's letting you know I've made room for you to rest.
I love that.
You're right. Absolutely. The last scripture that I want to read in this. Now, that is our workout. That's going to be our physical workout and our spiritual workout. Okay.
Okay.
I want to read to you 1 Corinthians 9:26 through 27. Because one of the things that I thought about is if I've got to run this race, I want to get the most out of it.
Yes.
I don't want to just run for the sake of running. So I'm going to read this to you in the Message translation because I think I like that one better.
Okay. Can you repeat that scripture one more time?
I will. It is 1 Corinthians 9:26 through 27. And it says, I don't know about you, but I'm running hard for the finish line. I'm giving it everything I've got. No lazy living for me. I'm staying alert and in top condition. I'm not going to get caught napping, telling everyone else all about it, then missing it myself.
And I would have put a staple on that. It goes back to believe, pursue, and succeed.
You are absolutely right. I hope we have said something tonight that has given you guys the push that you need to pursue your kingdom assignment.
And to keep running.
Yes, because God has so much for us to do.
Yes.
Especially in the day and time that we're in right now. We need to be a light. We need to do exactly what it is that he wants us to do. There are people who are watching you. And like I said before, you're the only God that they see.
Sure. Absolutely.
And if you don't give them something to look for, they're going to look for other things to try to fill that void. So we want to make sure that as we're going about our assignments and doing our kingdom duties, that we are whole, that we are healed,
we are well,
and we are our best selves.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we are going to, I guess, first before we break out, we want to mention a couple of things that we have going on.
Okay.
I will start. First of all, I wrote a book 2 years ago. I've got it right here with me. It is called Breaking
I'll
Free.
Be your Vanna
You're going to
Black.
be my Vanna Black.
Yeah, I'll be a Vanna Black.
But I wrote this book a few years ago. There are so many times that we do, and sometimes put labels on ourselves, or we allow fear, or guilt, shame, or whatever it is to keep us from doing what God has called us to do. So in this book, we explore all of the things that maybe have kept you in bondage and kept you from that kingdom assignment.
Yes.
And it gives you tools to break free from those things. God uses us best when we are our authentic selves. When we're the best version of ourselves and we're not trying to be somebody else and do it. Listen, we have this saying now, we always say, get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
He can. But there is something about what he called you to do that he didn't give to anybody else. People are like snowflakes. We are similar, but we're not exact carbon copies. So maybe somebody else can do it, but what he called you to do is only for you to do.
Even twins are different.
Even twins are different. You're absolutely right.
Identical twins are different.
Yes. Think about it. We don't even have the same. None of us. As many people as it is on the earth, we don't even have the same fingerprint.
Absolutely.
That means there is an imprint in the earth that God wants us to make. That's especially for us.
Yes.
And we have to be whole and healed and our authentic selves to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
Now, that is that. I also want to let you guys know that I have a nonprofit. It is called Whole Incorporated. It's a nonprofit that focuses on holistic training, making sure that you're whole in all areas of your life. We'll be doing some events coming soon, so please be on the lookout.
Yes.
As she stated before, I'm also a life coach. So, so if you are needing someone to sit down with you and to kind of come up with a plan of what you need to do to get your life to the place that you would like for it to be.
To get you back in the game.
Yes, absolutely. I have affectionately called it the Get Your Life Ministry. I always tell people that I'm the president of the Get Your Life Ministry. I help people get their lives.
Yes.
I can do this because I have done it for myself. I don't have time to touch on it tonight, but if you knew my story, you would understand that I have been through some things and I have come out victorious, but I think it was only for the grace of God and the fact that I just would not give up.
Sure.
Had it not been for God, I wouldn't be able to sit here and tell you anything. I would probably be somewhere in a padded room. So I have definitely done the work myself to be able to help others to do the work.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much, dear. All right. You want to tell them about we're writing a book together?
Yeah.
We are almost done. We are trying to get it out really.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I am too. He has written most of his. I am the hold up because I have been busy. So we are in the process of doing that as well. Do you want to tell them something about the gym?
I'll let some little nuggets out. In about a few weeks, I will be also, as Dr. Tan stated, I'm a master personal training coach. He called me a life coach, so I guess I'll take that.
He does that too.
But in a few weeks, I will be also a kinesiologist.
Wow.
I will be graduating. The ceremony is in December. I finish up August the 25th.
Yes.
But I'm going to finish.
Congratulations.
And as far as I know, he is the only kinesiologist in Jackson, Tennessee.
It's awesome.
So with that, my wife and I, we're constantly trying to make sure we give the public what is needed, not what we think they need, but we're constantly sitting and talking and praying and listening to God for instructions. And we will be adding some things.
Yes.
You want me to say the name?
No, we're going to wait.
Okay.
We'll be adding some services.
We'll be adding some services.
Yes.
What was you want to say? January 1?
Let's not put a date on it.
Okay. Soon.
When the time is right.
We'll put a word on it soon. So
we're gonna follow God's timing, but we also want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row.
Absolutely.
We do not believe in we're just like God. We don't want to do anything haphazardly.
Absolutely.
We want to
understand
that all of our ducks in a row and everything done before we roll out anything. But know that we're gonna roll out some things.
Absolutely.
He did not mention, but I do want to mention, if you are looking for a personal trainer, my husband specializes in one-on-one personal training, which means your session is your session. It is catered to your goals only.
Yeah.
You do not just come in and read a whiteboard and you do whatever the board says. You are trained by a person who will actually get down in the floor with you and do your workout with you.
Yes, I will.
And it is tailored toward the goals that you set of what you want to accomplish in your fitness journey.
Absolutely. Thank you, wife.
You are absolutely welcome.
Do you have the location?
Yes. It is 1186 US Highway 45 bypass, and we are in suites E and F. If you are from Jackson or surrounding areas, you probably know it as West Tennessee Business College. We have at least 2 suites on the end of that.
Yeah.
So that is where we are.
Yep.
And you can follow us on social media at First Step Life and that is on Facebook and on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say before we go?
I think I'm good.
Dr. Tan,
Right.
we have given you something that will push you,
Thank you
as
so
well
much.
as the people who are watching on your platform. We appreciate you so much for having us. We can't wait to see where this thing goes, because we know that it's going to be huge.
I'm excited for you as well. I want to sit back and say, babe, I remember we was on what she called her little show. Now she's
Right.
on, she's syndicated.
Yes.
Well, listen, I want to thank you all before you guys pray us out, but I want to thank you for being willing to come on.
Sure.
Let me tell you something. You guys are awesome. Like, this is something y'all should probably continue to do. You kind of sound like Kevin Hart. I don't know if you heard that before. I was like, what does he sound like? And I'm supposed to be paying it. I was listening. That's what he sounds like, Kevin Hart.
Yes.
But at the same time, you guys, it just flowed. This should be something that you do. I mean, I think that this is something that the people need, because you are authentic, you are anointed, and you're gifted for your assignment as well. So I thank you, because like, I didn't know y'all was this fun to be on. Like, hey, I loved it the whole time. It was just awesome. Let me say this before you close out, and then you can have any closing remarks before you pray out. Thank you, everybody that's joined tonight for Inspirational Thursdays with Dr. Tan. I want to thank the Parkers for their ministry, for their work in the kingdom, for just being awesome women, woman and man of God. Please support. She has her book out, Breaking Free. Um, Go to the gym. I know I'm going. I'm gonna make sure I need all of what they told us. I got everything wrote down. We're gonna dress appropriately. We're gonna stretch, walk with God, watch our diet, hydrate, rest, because I need to rest. I'll be going all the time. And I got it. Everything that you talked about was awesome. The believe. What did you say? You got faith, focus, and follow up. You had to believe, succeed, and might have wrote it down wrong. And is that okay? Look, I was writing all over my my little notes. But everything you said was on point, because we need that. And just the way that you connected life, just real life, to the scriptures. And I don't think people realize that the living word is where it is.
Yes.
Gives you everything you need, and you connected it beautifully. So
you.
they need that, because a lot of times people think, I can't get with this. You can get with it if you know how it connects, and it's so powerful. So I just want to thank you so much for that. Last but not least, I want to invite all of my followers that are listening tonight, or that's going to catch the replay. Make sure you tune in, support the Parkers, whatever they have going on. Their new book is coming out. He's getting ready to graduate, so it's going to be up from here. I've been seeing the word ascend lately, so they're getting ready to ascend. And so I just want to thank you, and check us out here on Inspirational Thursdays next month. We're going to be doing a declaration for the community, for the children, as they get ready to prepare to go back to school, to college, and wherever that may be. So make sure you tune in for that. And I'm going to be quiet now and let the Parkers send us on out. This was awesome. God bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and pray out. Father God, we just thank you. We thank you for this information. We thank you for your word. We thank you for what you have been to us, God, what you are to us currently, and what you will be to us in the future. God, we thank you for giving us the stamina to continue in our kingdom assignment, even when in times that we feel like it's hard to do. God, we know that we have you backing us, and anything that we do with you will prosper. God, we thank you for all of the listeners and the followers of this platform, oh God, and we ask that you will increase them the more. Give them everything that they need to be successful in life, whether it be physically or mentally or spiritually, God. We ask that you will touch them in the places that they need you, God. Any void that they have, we know, God, that you are an all-sufficient God, and anything that we lack, you are full of. So, God, we thank you tonight for everything that you have given to us, for every download, God, for every bit of information that your word has supplied to us. We thank you for that. And we thank you that we are going to be healed and whole and ready for the assignments that you have given us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Again, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Be blessed and make sure you are physically fit, spiritually fit, and mentally fit.
Yes.
Thank you to Parkers. Be fit for your assignment. God bless and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.